Maybe you've had a Thanksgiving similar to the one that I'm about to describe. The kids are melting down. Grandma's anxiety is through the roof. Dad's jaw is clenched from work stress, and mom's just trying to hold it all together while her eye is twitching for the third time today. Listen, this isn't just holiday chaos. This is your family's nervous systems playing tug of war with each other. Here's what most of us don't realize: stress, it's contagious, not just metaphorically, but neurologically. And when one family member's nervous systems get stuck in fight or flight mode, it creates a ripple effect that impacts everyone in the house. The baby picks up on dad's work tension, the toddler mirrors mom's overwhelm. Even the dog can start to act differently when the family's stress peaks. Sometimes we try to fix individual problems, and this is really how we've grown up in the American culture. We think on more of an individualized basis instead of a family. Anxiety medication for mom, sleep training for baby, behavior charts for the 5-year-old, but we're missing the bigger picture. You can't just heal in isolation when you're neurologically wired to co regulate with the people that you live with. So, for families where dad's work stress somehow affects baby's sleep, where mom's anxiety shows up as toddler tantrums, and where holiday gatherings have everyone exhausted for days, you're not just imagining these connections. They're neurologically real, and you'll learn why in this video. Family nervous systems literally synchronize with each other. That's why caring for just one person rarely creates lasting change. But there is something called co regulation, and that explains why your stress becomes your kid's stress. Research actually shows that up to 15% of infants experience regulation difficulties in their first year. But here's what that stat doesn't capture: those babies are usually born into families where parents are already dysregulated, and we see this pattern every week in our practice. Stressed parents bringing in struggling kids, not realizing their nervous systems are connected like Wi Fi networks in the same house. The data gets more compelling. When mothers experience chronic stress during pregnancy, their cortisol levels can directly program their baby's developing nervous system. And that baby will then grow up with a nervous system pre wired for stress. They become anxious kids, stressed adults, and then they have babies on their own. And the cycle just continues. During the holidays, when there's 3 or 4 generations that gather together, you're not just sharing turkey, you're sharing nervous system patterns that have been passed down like family recipes. Your nervous system doesn't operate in isolation. It's constantly reading and responding to the nervous systems around you through something called co regulation. Just like an air traffic controller coordinates multiple planes, your nervous system is trying to coordinate with every other nervous system in your home. Kids, they're especially tuned in to their parents' nervous system states, detecting stress through tone, touch, and even mom's heartbeat from across the room. When dad comes home from stressed from work, the entire family's nervous system shifts towards sympathetic dominance, your fight or flight mode, within minutes. And there have been studies using heart rate variability measurements that are actually showing that family members' stress patterns often synchronize, creating either a cycle of calm or a storm of chaos. So, caring for mom's anxiety while dad stays dysregulated is like trying to remodel a house on a cracked foundation. You're building on an unstable base. Or one family member getting adjusted is like having a one instrument tuned in a whole orchestra where everyone else is off key. The discord remains. As we approach Thanksgiving and the holidays, just remember that holiday gatherings they amplify nervous system dysregulation because multiple stress systems converge into one space. Grandparents bring their lifetime of patterns. Parents bring work stress and parenting overwhelm. And kids, they're absorbing it all, creating a perfect storm of nervous system chaos. And this can be one of the explanations as to why kids act out more during holidays, why adults feel exhausted after family time, and why everyone seems to get sick after big gatherings. It's not just the tryptophan from the turkey making you tired. It's a little nervous system overload from trying to regulate with multiple dysregulated people. When families receive neurologically focused chiropractic care together, their patterns begin to synchronize in healthy, balanced ways. Families create what we call a regulation field, where everyone's nervous system supports rather than stresses the others. Breaking the generational cycle requires addressing the whole family system, not just the identified patient or the one who's showing the signs. Just like that umbilical cord that connected mom and baby, your family stays neurologically connected, and healing happens best when you heal together. This Thanksgiving, instead of just surviving the chaos, you can start transforming it. So, families, it may be time to schedule those boost adjustments as we head into the holidays. And if you're new here or your child's under care, but now you're interested to see your scans, click the link in our bio, comment below, or send us a DM to schedule. Your family deserves better than survival mode. Happy Thanksgiving.